I'm going to be taking a look at more 1980s toys through catalog pages of the time. And let's start off with toy planes. This was a big deal back in the day. I guess Top Gun was big when these were coming out because they seem very Top Gun related and Top Gun sort of centric, but without actually using the Top Gun brand. Break the sound barrier with sonic attack planes. A set includes 3 jets, plastic and metal, so that's number one there. I guess you get those planes. They don't really, I don't know if they have any electronic components to them. 2 and 3, you're cleared for takeoff with flying fighters, trademark. Jets have the real sound of dogfights, so I guess you grip that joystick and you can make sounds with the button on top there. That's kind of neat. I never had anything like that. Number 4, take flight with this 8-piece flyers, plane set, flyers with a trademark with it. So I guess you get like just a bunch of planes that you fly and stuff. It's different kinds of planes. There's one with a propeller on it. That's cool. There's a costume accessory set. Number 5, you'll be the captain with the Flight Gear Deluxe set. Features hot gun grip plays, sounds of action. So I guess the little tape there goes into an actual tape deck. I don't know. They don't really talk much about it. The joystick there makes sounds, I suppose. It comes with the cap and the sunglasses, a little patch. You see up here the kid wearing all the stuff, and he's gripping the cassette tape. I don't know what the cassette tape does. Probably plays Danger Zone or something. Here are Transformers from the later days of the toy line. Here's at 6, Power Master Optimus Prime. Pretty cool figure. Number 7, we got the 8-piece Micro Transformers set. Features all of the excitement of Transformers on a micro scale. Vehicles transform to robots and back. Highly detailed vehicles come in 2-packs. Number 8, Autobots Beware. This jet becomes an awesome 3-tiered weapon base for the Decepticons. I think they got 8 and 9 mixed up here. I could be mistaken. 9 is Blast Off, and 9 clearly is not Blast Off. I think that Blast Off is number 8 with the rocket ship and everything there. But anyways, one was an Autobot micro base and one was a Decepticon micro base. Micro Masters was almost the kiss of death until the Action Masters came and really was the kiss of death for the American line. Meanwhile, Transformers lived on in Japan and the UK with brand new characters, brand new features. It was awesome, but those things could have lived on here, but they didn't import them here for some reason. Okay, let's look at Wheeled Warriors, not Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, which was the cartoon toy tie-in to this, but this toy line was the Wheeled Warriors. It was pretty cool. You got these vehicles with all sorts of weird futuristic weapons and gears. Now, number 8, 9, and 10 are big play sets. They're pretty awesome. 8 can actually house a lot of these vehicles and roll them out. Pretty neat. 9 and 10 were featured in the cartoon show. And 11 and 12 are the good guys. 13 and 14 are the bad guys. Pretty awesome stuff. They look impressive. They came with figures that were red-clad characters that they didn't really expand upon in anything. The cartoon had nothing to do with those guys, and it was a shame because the cartoon was really awesome and displayed all of these vehicles and accessories and playsets, but none of the characters in the show that you came to love were featured in the toys. It's really disconnected. But the toys are pretty cool, and the show was awesome. I like the show a lot. Down here we got M.A.S.K. We got Boulder Hill at number 15. A big, bad play set. It looks awesome. Number 16, I think that was called Switchblade. It was the bad guy helicopter that turned into a jet. And number 20, I think, was the Rhino. And that thing was featured in the logo and everything. It's iconic, but to me, the number 18 car is the most iconic thing from M.A.S.K, where the gull wing uh, doors became wings for a flying car. It's pretty neat. For a time, I had number 19, which was kind of lame. It was that the hood of that vehicle um, rolled up onto the windshield and became like a big armored shield for the thing, and then you got this little gun turret at the back. M.A.S.K was cool. The vehicles that turned into like more weaponized vehicles was neat, and they were heavy, thick, like metal things. They're pretty cool. This is from Kenner. Okay, let's look at Rambo from Coleco. Rambo, The Force of Freedom, Battle Savage. Basically, they turned Rambo into a cartoon and toy franchise, even though the original book is about PTSD, and the movies were super violent, but, you know, kids were used to that kind of thing, and here comes this cartoon and toy franchise. The cartoon was awesome. It was Ruby Spears, and it seems like Coleco used Ruby Spears for their cartoons. They also did the Sectaurs cartoon. Uh, these characters were, I think, 7 inches tall. Same build and molding as the Sectaurs characters, with the ball joints and all that. They were very durable figures. And of course, because they were 7 inches tall, their vehicles and playsets were humongous. I see this big tower here. Pretty cool stuff. The big chunky vehicles. I see Rambo driving a big, like, 6-wheel thing. Here you have the characters. And at number 9, that's the Rambo figure I had. A lot of people had this, where he had a backpack with a flamethrower that would sort of like roll out to his arm in a sort of like motorized weapon pack thing. But I did not have a red flamethrower. This looks like some sort of variation or something. I had a gray one. Number 6 is the more traditional Rambo where he's topless and all that stuff. He had like characters that were not in the movies. But number 5 is Colonel Troutman. That's cool. Number 10 and number 16 are requisite ninjas for your 80s toy line. You needed ninjas too. I remember number 15 was controversial even back then for perpetuating stereotypes. And number 12 is the leader of the bad guys. Pretty cool stuff. These figures were great. It didn't last very long, but it was a cool toy line. Okay, let's look at Centurions. Not to be confused with Mantech. Centurions were Kenner figures, I think, where you could interchange all of the parts and stuff. They came with lots of big, like, suits and things, as you could see with 1, 2, and 3, and that was their big sort of gimmick. So there were 3 heroes, and there was 2 villains and a bunch of drone villains. And you see at number 4 here, the Doom Drones Traumatizers turning head fires missiles. It's a Sears exclusive, so there you go. I remember being disappointed as a kid that there weren't more characters, that every time they introduced a villain, it was some drone that couldn't think for itself and wasn't really a character, but they called it something. It was sort of weird. Here at 1, 2, and 3 are the different price point things that you could fit onto these characters. They didn't come with figures. And they stress on the packaging that they can be used by themselves, but I mean, you want to put them on the different figures. And here at 8, 9, and 10 are the traditional characters I know. I know number 8 was Ace McCloud, I think that guy's name was. Blue guy, green guy, and orange guy. Pretty cool. Number 5 is Doc Terror. He can be pulled apart and then switched up with different things to put on his left side. And number 6, I think that guy's name is Hacker. And number 7 on the left here is another one of their drone compatriots, another villain. You can see the pricing here. This is 1985. So, I said that the 1, 2, and 3 were the low to high price point accessories that you could fit onto the characters. So number 1 is $9.99, so it's about $20 or a bit more in today's money. The Hornet is about $25 to $30, and then a detonator would be about $50 or so, maybe $50 to $60 in today's money. The detonator. So those are the different price points at the time. Doom Drones Traumatizer. So that was the exclusive that you saw up there. It's even cheaper than the Wild Weasel. But that would be about maybe $19 or something in today's money. 5 and 6, the half human, half robot. These are the bad guys. And they're like $13.99 each back in 1985. So about maybe like 25 to $30 now. I'm just, ballparking. You see the, so it's Ace McCloud, so 8 through 10, Ace McCloud, Max Ray, and Jake Rockwell are your heroes. They're about $14 in 1985 money, so yes, about $25 to $30 now each. That was a big decision. So, like, kids would probably get, like, one of the characters. Maybe 2 if you're lucky, like a good guy and a bad guy. And you got the Battle Gear 11 through 14. And they're listing different prices for them. Tidal Blast at $13. 1985 money. Depth Charger at $24. 1985 money. And Skybolt at $24. 1985 money. An Orbital Interceptor at $10. And you see on the left some of those items. We'll get to the Inhumanoids in a second. See on the left some of those items that I just listed the prices of. So in 1985 money, it's between $20 to $50. Okay, let's take a look at Inhumanoids. Inhumanoids was a Hasbro toy line about monsters from hell, and it was typically a horror cartoon. There was a 13-episode cartoon, and the toys were very expensive for the time, and this line didn't last very long. It's not appealing to adults, to parents that are trying to buy their kids something wholesome. You got these scary monsters and the armored humans that fight them. It's awesome, but this was in a time when there was a lot of choice at the time, and parents were like, I could just buy a bunch of G.I. Joes for the price of like Metlar. So here at 15 is Metlar, 16 is, oh man, what's his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on that. 17 is Decompose, is my favorite guy. At 20 you got the Redlands, the tree monsters. At 21 you got Magnacore. So I remember them, I just can't remember Buddy at 16 here. We'll probably get to them. Tendril, that's his name. So 15 through 26, they're introducing the Inhumanoids toy line here. Help the Earth core scientists protect the Earth from the Inhumanoids. Figures are articulated plastic for ages 4 and up. Give your 4-year-old child a monster from hell. They never said hell in the cartoon. They said from beneath the depths of the Earth. At 15 through 17, the Inhumanoid creatures, each figure is 14 inches of terror. They're $25 in 1985 money, so $50 to $60 now each. Each one of these on the back market is not $50 to $60. It's like hundreds of dollars now. Metlar, leader of the Inhumanoids, with hands capable of holding an Earth core scientist. Tendril can wrap his long arms around his victims. He fears only Redland. Decompose, capable of trapping enemies in his massive ribcage. He fears only Granok. So that ribcage was a neat idea, that you can put figures inside that cage and close it. The only thing was it made the figure blocky and boxy. The Earth Core scientists are dedicated to stopping the Inhumanoids. They're 6.5 inches tall. Dr. Derek Bright, and Herc Armstrong. So 18 and 19. Where are they? Oh, here they are. You've got at number 22 Liquidator and 23 Augur. And 24 is Granok, who can turn into a pile of rocks. I remember that. Like, you could twist him around and he's a pile of rocks, twist him back and he's that figure. Here at 25 and 26, you have the vehicles of the day. So you've got 25, the Trapper. I don't know why they had a sort of French twist on it. And 26, the Terror Scout. Trapper holds 3 figures. Terror Scout holds 2. Of course, because these things were about, what are they, 6-7 inches tall, the vehicles were huge. I don't remember there being a playset for all this. The fact that they had 3 high price point characters in the giant monsters was probably enough. This was an awesome line. Look, there's a lot of awesomeness in the 80s that came and went, but they still stick in the imagination. And that's it for now. We'll take a look at more 80s figures down the road. I hope to do a whole series of these. The 80s was a bastion of great, awesome, imaginative, badass stuff. So until next time, take care.